Today we're doing pregnancy exercises to prepare for an easier birth. You can do these exercises during any trimester, but it's especially beneficial during third trimester. We are also going to prepare our mind and practice our breathing techniques for optimal and less painful pushing. If you have a yoga ball and a resistance band, you could grab those now, but I will also give no equipment options, as well as a yoga mat or a comfortable floor to get down on, and a pillow if your knees bother you on the ground. Also, don't forget to go grab my most comprehensive guide on how to reduce and cope with pain during labor. I will link to that in the description box. I may look like I'm pregnant. I'm not currently pregnant. I'm just wearing a belly for a demonstration. I do have 3 kids and I had 3 beautiful birth experiences. We will start mobilizing our pelvis. We can either do standing hip circles, soft bend in the knees, and nice big hip circles, or if you have a stability ball, you can go ahead and grab that for hip circles on your ball. So wherever you are, creating nice large hip circles. Let's go the other way. Good. If you've got your ball, you can put your ball to the side again. We can get down on all fours. Let's mobilize our spine now with cat and cow. Exhale, rounding out, tucking your chin. Inhale, arching your back, but keeping your baby pulled in, tipping up your tailbone. Exhale, rounding out, moving with your breath. Good. Coming back to a neutral spine, we'll take one elbow up behind our ear. Let's open up through our thoracic spine, and then we can reach through, threading the needle, just tapping the shoulder down here, and then coming back up, moving back and forth. Good, let's switch to the other side. Opening up, reaching through. Last one here. Good, we can make our way back up to standing. Let's bring our feet wide apart, toes facing forward. We're gonna lunge side to side, so you can either reach for your knee, or if it feels safe for you, you can reach all the way down to your foot. Squeezing your adductors or your inner thighs to come back up. We'll do a few more. Last one. Good, we can step the feet together. We'll move into squats here. Let's exhale. You can pull your baby in as you squat down and inhale up. Good. 2 more. Good, we're gonna bring our feet wide apart again, toes out at a 45-degree angle. I have 2 options here. We can either sumo squat down, or for more advanced, you can bring your feet in and we can come down into a full deep squat here. If your heels pop off, that is okay. So either your sumo squat or your deep squat, wherever you're comfortable. If you're in your sumo squat, knees reach towards the back of the room. If you're doing your deep squats, you can press your elbows into the front of your knees. Good. You can face the left side now, and let's reach your right heel back as if you're placing it on a wall behind you. We're gonna hip hinge here, and you're gonna reach your glutes towards that imaginary wall behind you as you hinge. Good. Lots of length through the lower back, not rounding out at all. Glutes reach back towards that wall. Good, let's switch to the other side. Reaching back your left heel now, and as you hinge forward, glutes reach behind. Good, 1 more. Good, let's shake it out. We can take some ankle circles, going both ways. Other side. Switching directions. Good, we're gonna get down on the mat now, sitting on our glutes with our legs extended out. Sitting up tall here, we're gonna do our seated glute walks. So we're going to pick up one hip and walk our whole leg forward on the mat. Good. Exhale, little lift. And once you've reached the end, we can walk our way back. Good, let's walk forward and back one more time. And back. Amazing. We can swing our legs around. Let's come up onto our knees. We'll move into a kneeling lunge here. So you can take one leg forward. And if your back knee is bothering you, you could have a little pillow or blanket underneath it. And let's gently rock forward, back. Slightly tucking your tailbone under. Good, we can ease into the stretch, pressing your back knee into the mat, never stretching too deeply during pregnancy. You can take your same arm as leg that is forward, and then gentle side stretch. Exhale, pull your baby in to come up. Let's switch to the other side. Starting with gentle rocks. Good, easing into your pose, back knee presses down into the mat, moving into your side bend. Exhale, coming up, pressing into your front foot to shift your weight back. Good. We can come down onto our heels. And let's walk our way forward to puppy pose now, keeping your glutes high in the air, forehead rests on the ground, hands extend forward, armpits reach towards the ground. Lift through your back, pulling your baby in to not dump into your lower back. Taking a big inhale into your side and back ribs. Exhale, release. Again, big inhale. And take a little bit more. Release out. Continue with steady breaths. This is an excellent position to get your baby into the optimal fetal position. Good. When you're ready, you can slightly lift your head. Let's walk our hands in. We can come back sitting on our glutes again. Bring the soles of your feet together, letting your knees flop out, sitting tall. Now let's bring our knees back up again, and you can use your forearms to create resistance, activating your adductors or your inner thigh muscles, an important part of your pelvic floor. Pressing, pressing, good. Release. Take a breath. Exhale, bring it up. You can also lift through your pelvic floor if you're doing pelvic floor contractions. Press, press, press. Good. Release. Relax your shoulders. One last time. Press. Good. Release. You can stay sitting tall here, or if it feels good, you can slightly hinge forward, fully relaxing through your pelvic floor. Good, let's come on up. And we can make our way to all fours now. Again, if you wanted to fold up your mat or have a little blanket under your knees, you can. If your wrists are bothering you, you can also fold up your mat or put little socks underneath the heels of your palms so that it's not causing any pain. So if you have a band, we can place your band around your ankles, but you can also do this without a band. We're going to work on our internal rotation here, which is great for the pushing phase of labor to open up the outlet of the pelvis. So we're going to open out and release in. Good. So knees are lined up underneath your hip bones and just ankles are moving out. Good, we'll do one more. Good. I'm going to remove the band now if you have the band around. We'll move into our internal rotation here, and we're going to move into gentle hip circles here. So just rotating around in a circle, creating space in your pelvis. Let's go the other way. Good, coming back up to a neutral spine. We can line our ankles back up behind our knees. We're going to do a C-shaped stretch now. So we're going to look back at our tailbone at the same time as, imagine if you had a tail, you're bringing it up towards your head. And then lengthen your spine, moving to the other side, moving back and forth. One more on each side. Good, we'll move into our pelvic tucks here. So on an exhale, we can do a posterior pelvic tilt. So not getting your upper back into it like cat and cow, just your pelvis is moving here, and then you can move into an anterior tilt. Tailbone comes up and moving back and forth. Exhale, pulling your baby in for your posterior tilt. Inhale, lengthen for anterior. Good, now we can imagine there is a pencil coming out of our tailbone, and we're going to draw circles on the wall behind us. Good, let's go the other way. Good, let's come back sitting on our glutes for a piriformis stretch. This is great for reducing sciatica pain, crossing one ankle over, keeping that foot flexed. Bringing your lower leg in, lengthening through your spine. You can take some little rocks back and forth. Or perhaps gently pressing your knee away. Good, let's switch to the other side. Starting to gently rock. Good. Gently release. Let's bring our feet wide apart and we're going to windshield them back and forth as you lean back ever so slightly. Feeling that internal rotation of the back leg. Good. Let's pause on one side and aim for a 90-degree angle with your front and back leg sitting up tall, and then you can slightly tilt forward. Releasing through your pelvic floor again. Beautiful. Let's switch to the other side. Inhale up, good. Let's grab a quick sip of water. So we can come to a comfortable seated position, or you could also be on a birth ball or on all fours. When you are in labor during your intense contractions, you're in labor land, and likely all you're going to be able to focus on is being in that contraction. One of the things that really helped me is having a slow, steady breath that I was used to doing. I knew how long it was, and so I knew exactly how many breaths I had to make it through until I got a break and the contraction was over. And so I wanted to take a big inhale in, and for my exhale, because I was used to it, I used an ujjayi breath, so slight restriction of the back of my throat, as if I was trying to fog up a window, but with my mouth closed for my exhale. So big inhale in, and exhale with slight restriction. I imagined my baby descending down, my cervix opening up, allowing space for baby to come down and out. Let's take another breath. Exhale. Inhale in. Exhale out. For the pushing phase, when baby is starting to crown, and this may not be right when you're 10 centimeters, but when you actually feel your body and the urge to push, I actually heard myself grunting and starting to push, and that's how I knew I was ready to push. So for this, some of the best positions are squatting on a birth stool, or you could also use something like a squatty potty. You could use all fours over a ball, or you could be side lying, especially if you have an epidural. We want to take a big breath in, and then you want to let some air escape, and that's going to protect your perineum and protect against tearing instead of holding your breath and doing purple pushing or closed epiglottis pushing. So it may sound grunting or low tone sound. And you can also curl around your baby, use your core muscles to create a little bit of extra pressure as you push. Big inhale in, fully expanding so that you can help create that pressure. And exhale. Let's do one more. So right now we're just breathing. Your body is going to do, your uterus is going to do the pushing. So we're not actually putting pressure down on your pelvic floor now. And big exhale. It may sound more like a grunt. As you let some air escape. Good. Let's come back onto all fours. We can take some hip circles. Going the other way. Good, and let's take our knees really wide apart. We're gonna move into child's pose to rest. If you wanted to put a pillow underneath your chest or a bolster, you can. Let's take a big breath into our side and back ribs. And then even take a little bit more in. And then sigh out. Relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your face. Let's take another inhale in. A little bit more. And release it out. Continue to breathe softly, relaxing through your body, relaxing your pelvic floor. Let your teeth separate slightly, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your hands and your feet. I trust my body and my baby. Together, we are perfectly aligned for birth. I relax deeply, allowing my baby to move into a position with ease. My body knows exactly how to prepare for birth. You can continue to rest here or walk your hands up back to a seated position. You did an amazing job. I hope that your body is feeling good and that you're feeling more prepared for your upcoming birth. These exercises truly made such a difference in my birth, and now I have heard thousands of positive birth stories after doing these exercises. If you want to learn about some other strategies to create a positive birth, I'll link to another video right there. Also, if you're enjoying these videos, the best way to support me is to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I am so grateful for you, and I will see you in the next video.